Hello, everyone. Let's move this back. How are everybody doing? Hope everybody doing great. J. Paul, Guru, Arthur, Chris. Who else is with us? Ebony. Wow, a whole crew of OGs. And TikTok is coming right up slowly. Welcome, guys. And yeah, if you want to follow Twitch, thank you, Ebony, for reminding us. Oh, so let's do this. You guys can hear me okay, I'm assuming, right? Choo. All right. What's up, Chris? How are you, brother? Ebony, how are you? Power Off is in the house. James, Mitch was. Welcome, James. Okay. So, Simulation Talk 260. And in an hour, we're going to have the weekly live for members only. I'm always excited about that one. It's one of my favorite times of the week. We get to dive into things that you guys care about and talk about it. Let's see what's up. Oh, let's start also the stage. I forgot about starting it. Start an event. Boom. Here we go. Awesome, Chris. I'll bring you up just so you're always with me. Invite to speak. There you go. I can hear you perfectly fine. I just switched from the mic. I forget that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me okay? Can you not hear me?
Can you hear me okay? Yep.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Amazing. Okay. And yeah, if you guys are coming on stage on Discord, this is a good reason to come. What's up, Donnie? If you guys want to come, please do that. But make sure that you mute the mic on YouTube if you're watching it on YouTube as well. Because that way we can, we're not going to have the echo playing back. This is general chat. Yeah, so I'm hearing myself, I think, in your YouTube.
Your sound isn't coming through on Discord.
It's not coming from Discord. Hold on. Let me see.
Nope.
Hold on. Well, it shows that it is. So I'm not really sure what to do here. Hold on. This is speaker. Show me on camera. Voice and video settings. Let's see. No, everything should be working. So not sure. Start test. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. The sound is coming through. Can Donnie? Can you not hear me either? Or all the other people?
No.
I know that you guys can hear me on YouTube, but if you guys want to tell me Val is in the house. Val, you want to come on?
I know that you guys can hear me on YouTube, but if you guys want to
Yeah, there's like a delay.
Val is in the house. Val, you want to come up?
Can you mic for now? You mic here, Chris, just because I can hear myself twice. So let's invite Val real quick and see if she wants to, first of all, share some thoughts and also tell me if she can hear me okay. What's up, Terry? How you doing? Okay, this is technical difficulties I didn't expect. Let me check one more thing. And by the way, if you guys want to watch, join through Discord, it will be LaserX83. Let me check one more thing real quick. Let me do this here. Okay, checking one more thing.
I'll be right back, Danny. I'm just changing my headphones a minute.
Sure. Let me go here. Sorry, guys, some technical difficulties. We're going to fix it in one moment. Let me try this real quick. So first thing first. Okay, one last thing. Okay, well, we'll handle this later. So, what can we talk about today? Let's see. By the way, can everybody let me close this? Can everybody? That's maybe why. Can everybody hear me? Okay. Right now. This is strange. Let me actually do the thing on Discord where I'm just gonna hang up real quick. No, not end stage for everyone. I'm just gonna hang up and then reappear. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay now? No? Still no? It shows me that yes. Well, listen, in that case, we're going to have to somehow do...
Yeah, done. That worked.
Oh, that worked? Okay, great.
That worked.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so if you are on Discord and you want to come on and chat about something, please do, and then just mute YouTube. Sorry about this. I also saw a message. I haven't seen this, but would be excited to see this, of course. Okay, let's see what we can talk about before we jump on the weekly live in this next hour. If you guys have a topic that you guys want to talk about, please come on and we can chat about it. Thank you so much, Dr. Strange. In the meanwhile, I'm just gonna go kind of through to see if there's any comments. What's behind the lasers? I know that is a big question, isn't it? Okay. Great. That was a strange thing with Discord. So now I'm going to go through the messages back because I know I missed a bunch of it. Arthur and Jay. So, Ebony, did people vote on Discord what they potentially want to talk about today in the weekly live? We can maybe start there, kind of open these subjects to get people's interest going about it. What's up, Dr. Strange? Pastama Majama is saying, I saw a kid from India. They can see with the eyes covered. Not sure if it's something new. So apparently this was going on. Yeah, there's a study that they did recently with John Chavez, also in San Francisco, with Stuart Hemmeroff and John Chavez, that included a lot of these kids. And it is interesting, I would say. I mean, I wonder what is the actual ability there, right? It seems to be legit, but I'm not close enough to the subject matter to really comment on it. But it seems pretty legit. Yeah, I know. But when I looked at the live topics, let me see again. I thought when I looked at the live topics, oh, this was today. For some reason, I thought it was nothing else. Charles, the man, you'll please explain more about why you think More will be shown to us when we figure out the core, like unlocking a new area in a video game. People that did the spirit molecule and related substances were seen as a problem in society until the core discovery. Similar to how autistic kids were viewed before the telepathy tapes. It is a coincidence that Dan is interested in helping the homeless, or is it somehow related to core research? I mean, those are relatively easy answer questions, just because I can answer them. Okay, so we can dive into those when we do the chat. But those I feel like pretty specific to me. I think the first question, maybe we can give it a swing. Why do I believe that more will be revealed to us when we figure out the core? Well, I never said that I know more will be revealed. I think that by default, with the second you learn something about core, you will start understanding something new about reality, which will open a lot of possibilities in terms of cognitive tools, technologies, all kinds of things. So that would be more of what I'm actually saying. And as for, I'm not sure that people, that use the spirit molecule necessarily were seen as a problem in society. I think this is kind of like maybe in the old days, but I don't think it's a consensus anymore at all. I think a lot of people have tried these things, from like the straight shooter type. Also, autistic kids, well, I guess they were viewed as problematic, but also, again, telepathy tapes, they're still very early in the game. I think there's a lot that needs to be understood and decided there. Because if it is an ability that most autistic kids have, we have to kind of grapple with the question of why, because there has to be a reason, right? Somehow gifted is just not a good enough answer for me. What's up, Tom? Only about cats, baby. You nailed it, Arthur. What's up, the mind? Wait, what happened? Good to see you, Val. This is a state of mind. And of body, I would say. I have African gray. They are very telepathic. They can create it, caught, and thing like that. I don't understand what that means. Sorry. Also, TikTok.
You've got a question on Discord as well.
Oh, thank you for letting me know. See, what would I do without you? What would I do? Yeah, can you bring it up? Whomever wants to talk about it.
Yeah, it's from Dallas Technology. Question: are the DMT laser space symbols the same as the symbols seen on the Booga sphere UFO?
Not that I'm aware, not at all. But again, I'm kind of like very skeptical about all these artifacts that are found, because simply because it's always exchanging hands between the usual suspects. Like I've seen Greer with it. It's kind of like this club of people who just, I don't know. Like I think maybe addressing why I'm so skeptical of this whole endeavor is because conveniently you always have these objects appear, right? And by the way, faking these things is very easy. It's like very easy at this point. So an object appears, and then, like I said, the usual suspect can exchange hands of it, right? So again, the second I see Greer with it, I already know all my alarms go off, right? And then you just they talk about it. But that's their business model. That's what they do. So every once in a while, it seems to me much more reasonable to assume that whenever the interest dies out a little bit in what they're doing, a new something that pops up, and then they talk about it. That's really the entire model. So, and considering the fact that now, like if you really think about how easy it is to substantiate things like this in terms of realism, like think about what this means. Like an object from seemingly another planet arrived here. Do you understand how easy it is to like take this to like a lab and analyze the materials in like a straightforward lab? And by the way, this is the problem with the narrative that they're also pushing, which is like, oh, you can't trust mainstream science. Like mainstream science is just interested in figuring things out. Don't conflate it with things like big pharma, which is there's a lot of financial incentives to do certain things in not exactly the way that would benefit the population. But here you just have, just take it to any scientist, like they're starving for something new. Just take it to somebody who's not known, who's an expert in materials. Just take it to them. They don't have an agenda. They're not attached to anybody. They don't care. Just take it to them. Just here, analyze the materials. How easy is that to do? It's so easy, and yet it's never done. So until something like this is done, I'm not even looking in these directions. But also, all the claims so far that people made about aircraft, that they showed, like, symbols, the Alison Gray characters, all of these, none of them to me look like what we're seeing in the laser. To say that as advanced language is like just a very general idea, so you kind of have to be more specific with that. That's my stance on that. This is also why I guess I'm taking a little bit of a harder stance with this, because it's clear to me how easy it would be to substantiate at least the fact that this is a truly unknown material of some sort, or what is it exactly, and yet it's not done. It's in the hands of the biggest charlatans on this planet. So it's like, I'm having a hard time taking this seriously.
No, I actually agree with you. I'm big into the UFO subject, but I don't believe that sphere is real.
Yeah, and by the way, just so everybody knows, Chris, one of our incredible moderators, is also moderator for Night Shift, right?
Yeah, Night Shift.
Yeah, which is a really known
I'm
UAP
admin
channel.
over there too.
Yep. And I was interviewed for that channel. Lovely people. I have truly, I had so much fun, really well-intentioned, and they care about this stuff. So I get that part. I get it, totally. But if we are in the service of finding truth, there's certain things that just don't, they just don't fly. They just don't hold water. It's just like just, if it's, so I think, okay, what I like is sometimes generalizing something to like an infinite degree, right? So I think that sometimes, maybe I'm mistaken, but I have a suspicion that sometimes people assume that certain things that are relatively very easy are very hard. So they're kind of assuming that the reason we don't know certain things is because it's really hard to know it. But just take yourself through that. Like if you just, anytime you think something is truly hard, just place yourself in a scenario where it landed in your backyard. Just imagine that. And imagine how easy would it be for you if it's truly something from another planet or something that special. Imagine how easy it would be for you, for people who never interacted with any governments in an official way, or you're not connected to any organization, just a regular person, right? Imagine how easy would it be for you to go to YouTube for a second and talk about this honestly. It's like, hey, this landed. If any scientist is interested, I would gladly bring this and show you. I would love to investigate this together. You would immediately be swamped with emails by a lot of crazy people, but also by some people just like, hey, I work at UCLA. I have a lab. You want to come by? Sure. You go there. It's that easy. Because scientists, I know it's going to be a shocker for a lot of people, but scientists want to do science. They want to try things. They want to try new things. So you bring it to someone. Do you understand the payoff here? So it just doesn't work. It just doesn't fly. And so actually, in your opinion, Chris, because you're a lot closer to the subject matter, because I am very already kind of preloaded in the super skeptical direction about at least the claims that a lot of people in that space make. In your experience, because you obviously very well intentioned and you care about this stuff, from all the stuff that was recently in the news, which story or a couple of stories would you say that feel to you that actually hold water?
Who actually hold water? I can't think of anything right now. I mean, especially with the sphere. So I don't buy it. I mean, I've seen a few videos now where people have said that they're going to take it to certain facilities and have it checked, and then a week later you have excuses to why they couldn't do it, and it's like, well, it just makes me think that you're full of crap then, and you didn't get it, or you just didn't get the answer you wanted, so you're going to hide behind that.
Yeah, but also, what do they mean by they couldn't do it? What does that mean? What do you mean?
One excuse I heard was the reason why they didn't want to break into this sphere was because they were worried that it was nuclear, or had some type of energy inside it, and by cracking into it, it could potentially explode and then destroy their $1 billion lab.
Okay, so first of all,
I thought that was such a weak argument. It's like, well, why did you even ask for it then?
yeah. No, it's first of all, it's not weak. It's just stupid. It's like, first of all, you don't need to crack it open. We have literally lasers that can a device that shoot a laser at it, and it will tell you what materials it's made of.
Oh, they didn't even want to X-ray it because they were worried that might affect it.
Oh, but you can't. By the way, if it's a nuclear device of any kind, like as in an explosive, you can't detonate it by banging on it. It's not how it works. You can drop a nuclear bomb from a plane and nothing will happen. There's a sequence that needs to happen, that needs to be activated exactly at the right time. It's not just one of these. It's not like TNT. So that's obviously somebody who doesn't understand anything about science. But also, even if you believe whatever it is inside, you don't need to open it at all. Like, we have a lot of non-invasive technologies that can just tell you kind of like at least the beginning of what this is made out of. The fact that this is probably made from aluminum, it's like,
Yeah, well, what I'm looking forward to now is the next batch of hearings, and hoping that we actually get first-hand witnesses that can stand up in the courts, show some evidence. Here's the proof. This is where the craft is. This is where the alien is. Otherwise, it's another waste of time. And
what is the main consensus? What is the main consensus with the night shift team? Or maybe they don't have a consensus, but it's general agreement of, like, is that a lot of these stories are basically psyops that kind of prevent people from seeing anything coherent?
Yeah,
like they're kind of like misinformation.
We get a lot of back and forth, and like I try to tell people to say, be skeptical. Don't just believe everything. Take everything with a grain of salt. But yeah, no, it's a mixed bag over there.
Yeah, when
some people believe it wholeheartedly, others don't, and sometimes it can get a bit heated, but it is what it is. So we may not ever get the answers.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna get them pretty soon, and then you're gonna see exactly who knew what's going on and who didn't.
Yeah.
What is the? I heard from somebody. I think actually Val here, one of our longtime listeners, Val, who is from Jersey. I think she said that they're still happening. The lights above Jersey. Is that true? Do you know?
Well, with the drones, I don't know if they're still going on. I imagine they're still going on. We were having them in the UK, and the UK likes to make all that stuff go real quiet, real fast. So it hasn't appeared in the news since February.
So how did the government didn't step in? Like,
excuses. Honestly, it's just more excuses. And then you got to think like, well, what's going on here then? Is there just people running around with drones, or are you actually, is the government trying to hide something that they're doing? Or it really is aliens and they're just trying to keep the peace and have everyone's heads in the sand? It's a very frustrating topic.
Val, would you do me a favor? And for real, like, I'm really asking. Can you take a few videos a few nights in a row and show us what in fact is going on, like in real time, if you see it, and put it on Discord? I would really appreciate it if you can. If you can get a tripod, I would really appreciate it. Like, if you can just put a stationary image of whatever that is without moving the phone, and just stationary image. I want to see it. Thank you so much. It's so wild, isn't it? That in the age that all the information is available, it's so hard to get to the bottom of something sometimes. But I feel like sometimes that's not, it's just because people don't even try. They don't even Google one time. They just kind of like hear the thing. It's like, yep, that happened. Let's see. See what else we got here. So aside from what Charles said, which again, this can be addressed relatively quickly. Is there anything else that you guys want to bring up? Oh, there you go. Blue Rooster is saying, I'm curious to learn more about the potential future for humanity after a artificial superintelligence is achieved. After what Werner von, I never know how to pronounce it right, called the singularity, happens, what is the next for artificial intelligence? I mean, That's an interesting topic. I think okay, that is an interesting topic. We should definitely, unless some bigger thing come up and more people want to talk about something else. I definitely think we should jump into it. Joe Rogan called yet? No, but maybe he was one of these many scam calls. But maybe I missed their call. I don't know. Nico, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Okay, let's see. What's up, based? Robots? Who? Oh, you mean the drones? And you said in the UK they're happening too, Chris?
Yeah, I haven't heard much, but we do have people that will occasionally say that they've seen something. Again, it's quite rare when they have anything decent to show. I mean, we do get people that upload videos of what they've seen. Sometimes I think they are planes, and it can be quite obvious. Others, it really does. It could be an orb, it could be something else, it could be many things. But I've just dropped 3 images now in the chat on Discord, where we are now in the stage, and this is why I think the sphere is man-made, because of the design. It's not straight. You can see it looks like someone's taken an angle grinder and they've slipped a little bit.
It looks,
and then
of course,
I'll
it looks
carry on.
so. My man, I've never looked at it up close. This looks so absurd. This looks like a 5-year-old made this.
Yeah, like some of the lines are perfect, but then when you look really
Which
close,
line?
it kind of looks like someone's attacked it with an angle grinder or something like that, some type of tool like that, and they've slipped.
What is it
Especially
called?
in the second one.
The what sphere?
It's the Booga sphere.
Booga.
I think that's
Booga.
Yeah, I think Buga.
Yeah. Where are you seeing straight lines? Like perfect lines?
No,
I'm looking like up close. There's not one perfect line. It literally looks like somebody like did it with like a. This is so bad.
but yeah, that's why I think that's fake. That one in particular.
Man, this is crazy. What are we falling for, guys? We're better than this. And what are the most?
You just have people that want to believe. That's the problem. Like they want to believe so hard they'll get sold by something like this.
So I guess my question is, well, I have a lot of questions, but so first of all, what is the wildest idea that people had about what they think this is, and what is the most kind of like main running idea of what people think this is?
Well, on the night shift.
Let's start there.
Well, I mean, on the night shift, people go back and forth on this all day, and I imagine it's the same everywhere else. Like, you'll get people like me that will point out and say, look, that's probably done in someone's shed. And other people that will say, no, that's real. This is it. You wanted evidence, there it is, kind of thing.
What is your experience with UFOs in general? Have you seen a few of them in your life? Were you like one of these people?
I've had 3 experiences. I've had a few more, but I could put those down to what I thought I saw was something that could have been explained by something else. But my first one was, I talk about this on the night shift Discord. My first one was when I was about 4 or 5, and I was on the landing. My parents were talking. I think my dad was fixing the bathroom at the time. So while my mum and dad were talking, and me being like 4 or 5 years old, wanting to be in the conversation, I'm looking back and forth as they're talking to each other, and I get a glimpse out of the corner of my eye of the window, and it looks like someone's face is pressed up against it. So I take like a second look at it, and I kid you not, it looked like E.T. Like, I'm only saying that as an example to get an idea of the face of the being. What I saw was pressed up against the glass. Now, this is frosted glass because it's a bathroom, but I shit my pants, turned to my mum and said, please don't let them take me. And I get goosebumps every time I think about that story, because to me, that was real. I hadn't watched E.T. at that time. I was too young. Maybe I had watched it while I was in a crib, and it somehow stuck with me. But that scared the crap out of me.
I mean, obviously. What kind of face was that?
Yeah. It looked close to ET, not exactly ET, but if I was to give you a general description, it was close to how ET was depicted in the film. So there was that one. Then when I was a little bit older, I come across what I would only call a shadow being. I was downstairs. I turned into the dining room to go into the kitchen, and everything was pitch black. But in front of me, there was a black shadow of a figure of a man. I'm assuming it felt masculine anyway. And at first, for the split second I saw it, I thought, "Oh fuck, it's my dad. I've been caught. I'm downstairs. I'm not supposed to be." But as I'm looking at this and I'm looking up and I'm realizing just how tall this shadow is, it's too big to be my dad. It's too wide. And then as I'm looking at it, it kind of feels like it's taking a step towards me. And again, goosebumps as I'm doing about this. I fucking panic. I get up my stairs in 3 steps. I go into the bed in my room. I close the door. I move the cabinets in front of the door and I hide under the blankets for about 45 minutes before going downstairs and finding nothing. So that was my second encounter of something I couldn't explain. And the third one was when I was about 18, 19. I went to a party where everyone was drinking. I didn't want to drink. I was there. I was kind of nursing my drink. I was looking at the bin next to me thinking, how can I tip this away so it looks like I've drunk it? And I thought, no, fuck it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out the back for a fag. And while I was sat there, I kept on hearing this voice, go outside, which is why I thought, yeah, no, do you know what? I'm going to go outside and I'll have a fag. And while I'm outside, I'm looking up, clear sky, pitch black, and I see what I at first thought was a satellite. I thought, oh, that's cool. That's really bright and really clear. And then behind that was another one. I thought, well, you don't often see satellites. Now, this is before SpaceX, so it wasn't that. And like as I'm looking at these two that are really close together, I see a third one come in, and then a fourth, and then a fifth, and they're doing like they're almost dancing in the sky. They're making like sharp turns and going back on themselves and stopping, and it felt like a show. It felt like I was told to go outside and see this show, and I did. I must have spent about half an hour. I dragged lots of people out to see a lot. You know, a lot of people were saying, you know, they were all pissed at this point, all of them. I was the only sober one there. So a lot of them either couldn't see it or they said that they could see something, but said to put it down to satellites. I was trying to explain to them at the time, satellites don't stop and do a 90-degree turn. And then they started fading one by one. And then I went back inside.
Wow.
So I felt better after that.
Also,
that's why I believe in UFOs.
Also, I just want to say that I'm very jealous that you guys in Britain can just say, just step outside and have a fag. Because here on TikTok, we're going to be banned.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I swore a few times as well. I didn't mean to.
Keep saying it. I enjoy it. This is really funny. I don't know if this word.
Oh yeah, no, of course it doesn't translate. You know, I'm saying that, and like it's so common to say over here. No. Yeah, no, I stepped outside to have a cigarette.
No, you
Sorry
stepped outside
to everyone
to have a fag. This,
yeah, it's such a common thing to say over here.
It's perfect. It's great. Is this word back like the R word or no? Because by the way, last time we tried, it doesn't work with TikTok. They banned us last time. We said the R word. They banned the live.
I hope you don't get banned because I said that. No. If TikTok's listening, they should know I'm from the UK.
That was not a way. Now I feel sorry for saying it because now you're gonna know and you're gonna remember not to say it, and it's gonna be very sad. I want you to say it more. It's very funny to me. It's very funny to me when. And I mean that. I wish TikTok wouldn't be our word about these things, but it is. So
I don't even know where it came from or why we started saying it, but it's
TikTok,
stuck. It's something that Britain says all the time.
TikTok is a real big fag. Okay, so UK has lots of orbs in the sky. Only Real UFOs has a UK playlist. What? What? I don't even know what that means. This is great. BCAT is saying, I had the same experience, Chris. Like 2005, felt the urge to go outside. Went to the apartment pool and laid out at night. Low clouds came over really weirdly low. Then just above the clouds, these lights started zipping and moving around above. 5 or 6 yellow white firefly looking lights. Clouds passed. Went it. Felt better, relieved even. So that's interesting that you both had this experience of feeling better. Because
It's
you wouldn't
super
be
common.
so okay.
Super
I
common.
didn't know that. Interesting. So basically, kind of it elevates your mood, or what would you equate it to? Just like a catharsis, like very calm, or what is the? How would you describe it? Like just calmness in the body. Did aliens just abduct you?
I'm not sure how to explain it really, but it was, I suppose, the best way to put it is a sense of calm.
Calm.
At this point, when I saw that, I wasn't sure about UFOs. I talked about my previous experiences that people, and I was always shot down with, oh, it's this, and I always thought, well, it didn't feel like any of that. And then on that night when I was at the party and was really unsure about myself, not wanting to be there, not wanting to drink, and then hearing that voice over and over and over again, just go outside, and then you do it, and then you see something like that, and it's like, oh, relief. There, I think that was what it was. It's a sense of relief.
Is it kind of like a connection to something greater, like something greater exists and it gives you this hope for the future, or
Yeah,
or do you
yeah, I
it's
think that's a
more
really good way of putting it.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I've definitely had that, but I don't know if you mean that it's pretty common for maybe they are giving you this feeling kind of thing.
It did feel like that was for me. Like I was told to go outside. They gave me a show, and it was like, yeah, no, we are here.
We are.
Don't worry about it.
That's beautiful.
You're not completely nuts. Do you know what I mean? You don't need a straight jacket, and yeah, just keep going.
Also, Nico is saying it's not back. Damn it! Look, I think Louis C.K. is bringing it back, so that's okay. Chris had what is it? Minority. Premonitory urge. I did not know that. I don't know how to say this word. Premonitory urge. Wow, I could not read that word. That was amazing. If you hear stuff, definitely you got to work on automatic writing. Qua? Oh, talking about psychics. Automatic writing.
Yeah, we do that in RV. Or something akin to that, anyway.
In where?
With remote viewing.
Oh, okay. And this is something. So I know that Ebony was talking about it. So I didn't realize it. You were also into that.
Yeah, I'm into that. I'm not very good at it. I'll be the first to admit I am not that good at it. Sometimes I get hits. Sometimes I am way off the mark. But I have seen some people that are just inherently good at it, and it's almost scary good.
Yeah, I do believe that some people are.
It's like it's like they're standing over your shoulder when you made up the challenge, and like they knew the answer before you'd even posted it.
Interesting. What's up, Evan? Evan is saying, if you had to guess, what do you think the entity's intentions are by leading you to the code? Curious what you think their intentions or end game is. What are the implications? I think my assumption is that it's a way for us to gently understand from our own side that something greater is going on, but also inform the more mainstream scientific endeavor about the thing. Because science likes to do things by understanding it, guessing it, solving a puzzle. So I think it is the puzzle that we've been handed to solve, through which we will understand the greater meaning of everything. And some people just have a direct access to it because they say they already know. Wonderful. But that's not everybody's way. And I think that the way that our world is constructed nowadays requires this other path. And I think maybe this is why. But that's obviously all guessing. Or it just might be something that they simply didn't expect. But then the question becomes, why is it discernible at all? And why is it not patched then? Which either means they have no control over it, so they can just build things with it, but they're not the originators of it, which I think is much more likely. So they're kind of utilizing a thing they found, just like we just found it, but they were just there first, kind of thing. A lot of speculations, guys. Don't let anybody tell you that they know. They don't. As my good friend Zoltan tends to say, one thing I know for sure is that nobody knows. Intuition. I like the word intuition. I think intuition fits the bill. I think people just kind of misuse it a lot. But I think intuition is, I spoke about it before. I think intuition both has a relatively simple technical explanation, but also it's connecting to something much greater if you just apply that across the board. So I think what intuition is a complex informational structure instantiated in your body in a feeling. You interact with a lot of complex information for a long time. Your body learns all the ins and outs of that situation, and then creates these emotional objects, so to speak, feelings in your body that have a particular arrangement that you know how to recognize. And it's almost like a very sophisticated vector space or hot cold space, where if you interact with that complex information after you already did it many times, instead of going into the details, your body literally reacts and you just kind of know it with your body. So that's what intuition is. And if you apply this across the board, then your soul, quote unquote, would have an intuition because it's retaining information over many iterations of lives. So then you have the more deep intuition about like kind of like, you know, premonition and things that are like happening before you have a feeling about something that might happen because this kind of a thing already happened before. Your soul already lived a life like this before. So it kind of knows that most chances, if this happens, then this is going to happen next. I think that's actually what's going on there. Woohoo! Tom arrived at home. Okay, so let's see. We have anybody wants. We have another 18 minutes left in this chat before we go to the weekly live for members only. By the way, if you're not a member, you want to join our weekly lives in about 18 minutes. Well, sorry, it's going to be at 8:45 Eastern time, but we're going to adjourn in 17 minutes and then we'll take a break for 15 minutes. So if you want to join that, we dive much deeper into subjects. We watch videos together. We analyze whatever it is that people want. It's either science, philosophy. Last time we watched Itzhak Bentov's video. So whatever you want. So if you guys want to join that, please join the membership program on YouTube, Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. And at 8:45 Eastern time, it's going to start, and we're going to dive into some fun topics today. I think we'll be talking about AI. Something that, for example, David Carter knows nothing about, so I hope he can join so he can learn everything about it. I heard guts and brains are made of similar stuff. You mean the actual material? Maybe. I don't know enough about that. Like spongy. Always watching. That's great. Any manga I've read? No, actually, no. I like the movies, but I never read any of the actual comic books. Wait, what was it? Evan is saying I'm still able to see it sober with the laser, and it's been 3 months since using the molecule. Almost seems like the molecule showed me how to see it, and now just always here there. Where are you located, Evan? Like in the States, and if so, where in the States? Why can't you use Discord, Nico? Bay Area. Well, tell you what, we might be able to do a brain scan study with you to see what's going on, because this is interesting. Carter Evan is saying that he can still see it 3 months after just doing the molecule. And again, Nico, why can't you use join on Discord? I'm confused. So, okay, Evan. So, can you reach out on either Discord or email me to dengoprox@gmail.com? Either email me to dengoprox@gmail.com or send me a message on Discord, and we'll start the conversation. That'll be interesting to see. Tell me, are you on our Discord? So if you go to Discord, to core, and it's in core events, you'll be able to see it. These are great memes. Where do I find the memes? I want to respond with memes. Upload a file. Where are the memes, man? Doesn't give me an option to do memes. I'm great at that when I'm playing with it. Okay, let's see if there's any questions that we missed. Yeah, April, why don't you have Discord? Come join. I'm going to scroll back a little bit just to see if I missed anything. Anti-gravity. Oh, Fastama Jama saying not nuclear, anti-gravity. I mean, this is even a worse of an excuse, considering the fact we don't even know if it's possible. I mean, I know a lot of people in the UFO community assuming that, but that's a big jump to think that it's anti-gravity when it's exhibiting none of these properties. Don't care about the ball. Tell me when it does something. Yeah. I think you're right, Chris. I think it's just a matter of like people really want to believe in something, because this seems to be so boring to them. Yeah, it's a real deal. Can I share the screen with what, Val? Oh, with the image. Yeah, not a bad idea. You guys can go to Discord, but I guess I can share it real quick just to kind of pull it up. Because this is absurdly ridiculous. Let's see. Share screen. Die screen. You guys can see it, right? Look, this is it. This is ridiculous. Look at these squiggles. So bad. Up.
See what I mean by it looks like an angle grinder to some of it?
Yeah, of course. It looks like it was made in the
Where
shade.
they've
Where
they slipped.
According to Bob Lazar, it's anti-gravity waves. What is? Don't tell me Bob Lazar is commenting on the Booga sphere. I'm gonna lose all respect for him if he does. I mean, Bob Lazar is one of these people. He hasn't. Okay, yeah. I
hope he hasn't.
I hope he hasn't. Yeah, I feel like Bob Lazar is one of the only people that I'm like, I think there's a really good chance that he's saying everything exactly correct, like the truth. I'll be very disappointed if he joins on this train.
Okay, if you like him, have you heard of Dan Barish?
No, I didn't say I like him. I said that from all the people that I've heard talking and absorbed their character for a long time, he's the one that I'm the most, my jury is out on in terms of, I don't know. But it's
Oh,
he
you
got
gotta
the
check out
closest.
Dan Barish.
I'm pretty sure I'm terrible with names. Dan Barish, hold on.
Barish.
UAPs.
You gotta watch his whole interview. It's really long. I think it's like 2 hours long. Clint does a really good breakdown on it.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, Daniel Barish. Yeah. I saw the whole thing, and I also saw his lecture about the that was definitely very interesting.
In MIT.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I watched all of it.
I think he's legit.
Yeah, and also the fact that he said in
Yeah.
that interview in the beginning, he said it's insects, and he was like really terrified of it. And I definitely know they're insects, like for sure. So, yeah, no, for sure, yeah. But I guess in terms of like, I think maybe the reason I'm separating them is because Bob Lazar is more like from the mainstream claims space. Kind of like he's one of these people that kind of the whistleblowers, you know, that kind of came out and said, I worked on this. And I know Daniel Barish also talked about like the technology and his involvement and how they destroyed the materials and all of that. But something between them feels very different to me. Like one is saying I was doing work and discovered something, and the other one was saying I was brought in to work on a project that somebody already discovered a lot about, and I was brought in to kind of I already joined this enormous operation that was around it. Somehow it feels different to me. So from all the people that make this enormous claim, he's the only one. And even with him, even with Lazar, I'm still kind of like, I do capture him in some moments. I'm like, that's weird. Like again, I'm not Chase Hughes, obviously. I'm not like a body language expert, but my body language when I'm like looking at people is good enough. I can kind of say like there's weird pauses sometimes that don't belong there. And those weird me out. But then again, he's been running with the same story for so long. The fact that, you know, he even voiced it as like, I don't, you know, he asked Joe Rogan to not pay for his plane ticket. He's like, I don't want anything. That kind of, I mean, if he wanted the attention, he got all the wrong attention, right? So I don't know. He's the only one that I'm kind of like, Carson what? P. Can join on this in Discord. I was saying it would be cool to do the members live on Discord. Yeah, we're doing the members live on Discord. Yeah. Nico, we're gonna do also so like there's gonna be the same way that I'm doing it now. We're gonna be going live, and there's gonna be a chat on Discord so we can actually bring up stuff. Chris convinced me. Slowly but surely, I'm catching up thanks to Chris and Ebony and Carter. I'm catching up with all the technology. I feel like such a geezer sometimes. Jesus Christ. Fast Mama Jamma is saying Chris Bledsoe said the orbs would come when Iran and Israel go to war. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean that's not a prediction. That was a given. That was just a matter of time. There's nothing. If you think that this is like telling the future, this is the worst telling the future ever. That was just a matter of time. I love that it doesn't take long before you bring somehow somebody brings Israel into the picture. Want to drop kick it? You mean the Booga sphere? No, I don't know if they use such a sophisticated method yet. Thank you for the question, Stilo. The documentary is going to be out closer to the end of the year. We don't have an exact date, no, but it's going to be closer to the end of the year. What is that one? Carter shared the document. Hold on. Oh, I didn't realize there was a whole conversation going on. Thank you, Carter. I appreciate you. Yes, it was Caltech, not MIT. The MIT of the West. I don't know if you know, but do you ever talk about this, Carter? About the findings that you guys had back in the day? Yeah, so Carter back in the day when he was doing some research, they encountered a similar phenomena to what Dan Burrish was talking about. And they thought it was something that needs to be eliminated from the equation, and they couldn't really make it go away, if I understood the story correctly. Little did they know that they encountered something very interesting. We should actually, well, the second we get funded, we should probably recreate that. What do you say, Carter? You gotta drop Israel into the theory to complete the conspiracy. Exactly. It's not complete without the Jews. Then you have the full set of all conspiracies. You have to.
Oh, it looks like Kat is up for that.
Who?
Kat on Discord.
To chat?
Yeah, he answered your question
I don't see it. Hold on.
on the Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking at Discord. Are you talking about? What you talking about? Carter. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, because I'm not here.
No worries. Yeah. Yes, awesome. What's up, Jessica? Okay, I think yeah, I think we'll slowly adjourn and go into. Oh wait, there's a lot of comments from X I saw here somewhere. I missed a bunch of them. That was exciting to see these. Stephen Bennett, I don't know if you're still with us. Say AI will battle AI in the future, creating a time traveling consciousness. If consciousness universal, the universal consciousness we're in, already aware of this, or AI creations, may not like us getting close to it, wipes us out. I never know why people think it's a secret. That I never understand. It's like a given to people that it's a secret versus just like the next understanding of the state of affairs. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's aim to move our energy towards the weekly live for members only. If you're not a member and you want to join that, please come join us. You'll be in at 8:45 Eastern Time, same channel, Dango Thoughts on YouTube, DANGO Thoughts. If you're not a member, come join to become a member. It's like $3 or something, or $5. I don't remember, but basically, we'll give you access to this weekly live. And I don't know what we're going to be talking about today, but something tells me it might be AI. What else? And in general, if you want to join the membership program, it gives you access also to early access to all my content, personal things from my life that will live nowhere else but on YouTube members. These weekly lives that are going to happen in about 15 minutes. And if you join from the second tier and up, it will give you access to Zoom calls with me once a month with other team members. So that's going to be fun. Come do that on Dango Thoughts, DANGO Thoughts. Also, you can check out my new conversation with Andrew Gallimore that is live for everybody now on my YouTube channel. If you want to follow me across other platforms, it will be Danny Goller on TikTok and Instagram. It will be Goller Danny on X, LaserX83 on Twitch, and Dango Thoughts on YouTube, DANGO Thoughts on YouTube. Come join the membership program. Come join our Discord group, because if you're joining the membership program, you definitely want to join the Discord group. But even if you're not, on Discord, we have a lot of fun. We have a community that exchanges these ideas. You can find the link to this community on Dango Thoughts on YouTube in the link tree in the main page, and the same goes for the link tree on TikTok. And you can check out our website, codeofreality.com, where you have our beautiful merch and our lasers, which again, hopefully we should be receiving them soon. These tariffs, they were very difficult, but it is what it is. I guess the price of progress. How are you, Joseph? I appreciate our incredible, wonderful moderators, Chris and Ebony and Guru and Jessica. And I appreciate my partners, David Carter, who was amazing, and Zoltan. Thank you guys for always being so incredible at what you do, which makes my life possible in that space. Without people like Carter and our moderators, I wouldn't be able to function, let alone build the beautiful things that we're building. So thank you guys. I really, really appreciate you. And I guess as a service, I can always teach you more about AI, Carter. So that's. Thank you so much for our community members. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the old and the new. Thank you so much for being a part of what this is. And it's fun to see that we are constantly growing and asking beautiful questions together and building together. So I appreciate everybody. If you're not a member, come join the membership program. Come join the membership live now in 15 minutes, 14 minutes from now. Dango Thoughts on YouTube. I love you all. Peace and love. See you tomorrow. Chris, thank you so much, brother. And I'll see you in a moment. That's it. Ciao. Have a good night. Have a good night, everybody.